Let's look at how we can estimate square roots for numbers that are not square numbers or perfect squares. So if I try a number, say like square root 33, okay? So I know that 33 is not a square number, or is not a perfect square. So what I need to do is find the perfect square that is below 33 and the perfect square that is above 33. And when I know these, I can start to zero in on a good estimate for the square root of 33. So you need to be familiar with your perfect squares or know how to generate them. For example, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36. So kind of go through your list of perfect squares. You see that 33 is between 25 and 36. So that's the first thing you need to do. Now I've got two number lines here because I'm going to do an operation on this number line. And the operation that I'm going to do is square root. So I'm going to square root these numbers and place them down below on the number line here. So the square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of 36 is 6. Now, again, we're just estimating these square roots. You know, these number lines don't have to be perfect. You're just trying to get an idea. And eventually, what you're going to do is you're just going to get an idea of this in your mind. So, you know, place 33 where you think about where it is, say around there. And then we're going to drop this down, and we're going to get the square root of 33. So let's take an estimate of where that is, right? I know, say, this would be about halfway, so that would be about 5.5. So a good estimate here would be about 5.7. So I can say then the square root of 33 is approximately 5.7. Okay. So again, don't get too tied up in how perfect these number lines have to be. You're just finding an estimate. If you're within a decimal place, that's very good for an estimate like this. Let's try another one. Let's estimate square root 130. Now again, 130 is not a perfect square number. I know 130 is greater than 100, and I know 100 is a perfect square number, 10 times 10. So 11 times 11 is 121, 12 times 12 is 144. So I know 130 is between those two numbers. So I'll put those two square numbers there, and I'll drop their square roots down below them. And again, you can probably see that you're going to be able to kind of get a feel for this in your mind. 130, say, is 9 above 121 and 14 below 144. So, I'll put it around, say, here. Okay, so that's 130 here. Now, dropping that down, a decent estimate would be, say, 11.3 or 11.4. I'll say about 11.4. Okay, so if you were a decimal place below or above that, I think you're still getting a pretty decent estimate. So the square root of 130 is approximately 11.4. So I hope that helps getting estimates for square roots of numbers that are not perfect squares. Best of luck finding your square roots. Thanks for listening.